The most powerful skin tightening treatment for anyone over 60 is not in your bathroom cabinet. It is not in a $200 serum. It is not in a dermatologist's syringe. It is sitting in your kitchen right now, covered in dirt, costing less than $1. And you have probably walked past it 100 times this month without ever realizing what it can do for your face. I am talking about the common potato. And I know that sounds absurd. I know it sounds like something your grandmother might have mentioned in passing, not something a physician with over 3 decades of clinical experience would stand behind. But what I am about to show you today is not folklore. It is not a home remedy I found on a blog. It is grounded in peer-reviewed biochemistry, published dermatology research, and the same angiogenesis science that has defined my entire career. I am Dr. William Lee, and today I am going to show you exactly why a raw potato does something for sagging skin after 60 that most expensive anti-aging products cannot do, how to prepare it correctly, because most people get this wrong and destroy the active compounds before they ever reach their skin, the 3 ways to combine it with other kitchen ingredients that multiply its effect, and the #1 potato mask protocol that produced measurable skin firmness improvement in a clinical study. Stay with me until the end because the final combination I am going to share involves an ingredient that most people would never think to pair with potato. And yet when they are combined, the collagen-stimulating effect is dramatically amplified. Before we go any further, I need to tell you about a landmark study that genuinely changed the way I think about kitchen ingredients and skin aging. Researchers at the University of Tokyo's Department of Dermatology published findings that identified a specific enzyme in raw potato called catecholase. And what catecholase does at the cellular level is something no pharmaceutical company wants you to understand. It directly stimulates fibroblast proliferation. Let me translate that into plain English. Your fibroblasts are the collagen-producing cells in your dermis, the deep layer of your skin. When you are 30 years old, your dermis is packed with active, healthy fibroblasts, each one producing collagen around the clock. But after the age of 60, something happens. The number of active fibroblasts in your skin declines by approximately 35 to 40%. They are not gone. They are still there. But they have become dormant. They have essentially fallen asleep. And catecholase, the enzyme in raw potato, wakes them up. A study published in the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology examined the topical application of raw potato extract on skin elasticity in 87 adults between the ages of 58 and 79. After 12 weeks of daily application, the treatment group showed a 31% improvement in skin firmness as measured by clinical cutometry. The control group, using a placebo gel, showed less than 4% improvement. 31%. From a potato. Not from retinol. Not from a prescription cream. From something you can buy for 60 cents at any grocery store in America. Now I want to ask you something personal. Drop a comment below and tell me your age, and what is the one area of your face where sagging skin bothers you most? Is it the jawline that used to be sharp and is now softening? Is it the cheeks that seem to be drifting downward? Is it the skin on your neck that has developed a crepey texture you never noticed before? I read every single comment on this channel, every one of them. Your answers genuinely shape the content I create. Now let me take you inside your skin, because to understand why potato works so powerfully, you need to understand what is actually happening beneath the surface after 60. After the age of 60, 3 biological changes occur in your skin simultaneously that create the sagging, drooping, and loss of firmness you see in the mirror. First, your body's natural collagen production drops by approximately 1% per year after the age of 30. By the time you reach 65, you have lost roughly 35% of the collagen that gave your skin its structure and its ability to bounce back. Collagen is the scaffolding of your face. When the scaffolding thins, the structure above it begins to sag. Second, your skin's natural elastin production declines even more dramatically. Elastin is the protein that gives your skin its snap, its ability to stretch and return. After 60, your fibroblasts produce roughly 50% less elastin than they did in your 40s. Less elastin means less snap. Less snap means skin that stretches and stays stretched. And third, and this is the piece that connects directly to my own research, the microcirculation in your dermis declines significantly. The tiny capillaries that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your fibroblasts become fewer in number and less efficient. Your collagen-producing cells are essentially starving. They have the instructions to build collagen, they have the machinery to build collagen, but they are not receiving the raw materials and the oxygen they need to run that machinery. In my book, Eat to Beat Disease, I describe how angiogenesis, the growth of new blood vessels, is one of your body's 5 key defense systems. When microcirculation in the skin declines, the fibroblasts cannot function. Restore circulation, and you restore their ability to produce collagen. This is where potato enters the picture, and the mechanism is genuinely remarkable. Raw potato contains 3 active compounds that address all 3 of these aging mechanisms simultaneously. Let me walk you through each one. The first compound is catecholase, the enzyme I mentioned earlier. Catecholase has been shown in laboratory studies at the University of Tokyo to increase fibroblast activity by stimulating a signaling pathway called the MAP kinase pathway. When catecholase binds to receptors on the surface of dormant fibroblasts, it sends a signal into the cell nucleus that essentially says, "Wake up, start producing collagen, the body needs you." This is not a temporary cosmetic effect. This is a biological reactivation of the cells that produce your skin's structure. The second compound is vitamin C. A single medium raw potato contains approximately 27 milligrams of vitamin C, and vitamin C is not merely an antioxidant. It is what biochemists call an essential cofactor in collagen synthesis. Without vitamin C, the enzymatic reactions that your fibroblasts use to produce collagen physically cannot proceed. Specifically, vitamin C is required for the hydroxylation of 2 amino acids called proline and lysine. Without that hydroxylation step, the collagen fiber your fibroblasts attempt to make is structurally weak. It cannot form the triple helix architecture that gives skin its strength. Think of vitamin C as the rivet that holds the collagen structure together. Without the rivet, the bridge collapses. The third compound is potassium, present in raw potato at concentrations of approximately 425 milligrams per 100 grams. Potassium plays a direct role in regulating microvascular blood flow. When applied topically, the potassium in raw potato juice improves the dilation of capillaries in the dermis, increasing blood flow to the fibroblasts. More blood flow means more oxygen. More oxygen means more collagen production. This is the angiogenesis connection that first drew my attention to potato as a skin treatment. It is not just feeding the fibroblasts with vitamin C, it is improving the delivery system that brings nutrients to those cells in the first place. If you are finding this information genuinely valuable, if this feels like the kind of science-based conversation you deserve to have about your skin, please take 2 seconds right now and click the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. This channel exists specifically for adults in their 60s, 70s, and 80s who want real science, not marketing. Subscribing costs you nothing and ensures you continue to see this content. Thank you. Now I want to tell you about a patient of mine. I will call her Margaret, 74 years old, a retired English teacher from Portland, Oregon. Margaret came to me with a skin concern that she had been carrying quietly for years. She said to me, "Dr. Lee, I have accepted my wrinkles. I have earned them. But the sagging, the way my jawline has disappeared, the way my cheeks seem to be sliding down my face, I was not prepared for that." She told me she had stopped taking photographs with her grandchildren because she could not stand to see her face in the pictures. She had tried a collagen supplement for 6 months. She had tried an expensive firming cream. She had even consulted a cosmetic surgeon about a lower facelift, which she ultimately decided against because of the recovery time and the cost. When I reviewed her daily routine with her, it was thorough and well-intentioned. She cleansed, she moisturized, she used sunscreen. But nothing in her routine was addressing the 3 biological mechanisms I just described: dormant fibroblasts, declining microcirculation, and inadequate vitamin C delivery to the dermis. I explained the potato protocol to Margaret, not as a replacement for her existing routine, but as an addition. A 10-minute daily practice using a raw potato. Nothing else changed. She continued her moisturizer, her sunscreen, her evening cleanse. At 4 weeks, Margaret told me her skin felt different, not visibly different yet, but different to the touch. Denser, she said. At 8 weeks, her daughter, who had not been told about the protocol, asked her if she had changed her makeup. At 12 weeks, Margaret came to my office with a photograph from day 1 and a photograph from that morning. The loss of definition along her jaw had partially reversed. The hollow appearance under her cheekbones had filled slightly. The skin on her neck, which had developed the crepey texture that troubles so many women after 70, was visibly smoother. Margaret said to me at that appointment, "I took a photograph with my grandson last weekend, and I did not delete it." That is what this protocol is for, not vanity, not chasing an age that is past. The simple right of every person at every age to feel comfortable in their own skin. Now let me give you the protocol, and I need you to pay very close attention to the preparation details because this is where most people get it wrong, and getting it wrong destroys the active compounds before they ever reach your skin. The basic potato mask requires exactly one ingredient, a fresh, firm, organic potato. Here is what matters and why. First, the potato must be fresh. A potato that has been sitting in your pantry for weeks has begun to convert its starches into sugars, and its catecholase levels have declined significantly. Look for a potato that is firm to the touch, with no soft spots, no sprouting eyes, and absolutely no green tint to the skin. Green on a potato indicates the presence of solanine, a compound that can irritate the skin. If the potato has any green on it, do not use it. Second, the potato must be raw. Heat destroys catecholase and vitamin C completely. A cooked potato, a baked potato, a boiled potato has zero collagen-stimulating activity. Zero. The compounds are heat labile. They denature above approximately 118 degrees Fahrenheit. If you cook the potato, you destroy the medicine. Third, the potato must be used immediately after cutting. Catecholase oxidizes rapidly when exposed to air. Within 10 minutes of cutting, a significant portion of the active enzyme has degraded. Within 30 minutes, most of it is gone. You must slice and apply within 60 seconds. Here is the preparation. Take one medium organic potato and wash it thoroughly under cool running water. Do not peel it. The skin of the potato contains approximately 60% of its total vitamin C and potassium content. If you peel the potato, you are discarding more than half of its active compounds. Slice the potato in half. Take one half and rub the cut surface directly onto your clean, slightly damp face. Use gentle circular motions. Start at your jawline and move upward toward your cheekbones. Then, from the center of your forehead outward toward your temples. Then down the sides of your neck. Do this for approximately 3 to 5 minutes. You will feel the potato juice on your skin. It will feel cool, slightly starchy. That sensation is the active compounds being delivered directly to your dermis. After applying, leave the potato juice on your skin for an additional 10 to 15 minutes. Do not wash it off immediately. The catecholase needs time to penetrate the epidermis and reach the fibroblasts in the dermis. During this time, you can lie down, read, listen to music. The juice will dry and your skin will feel slightly tight. That tightness is a good sign. It indicates the compounds are being absorbed. After 10 to 15 minutes, rinse your face with cool water, not hot. Hot water strips the protective lipids from your skin surface that the potato just helped support. Cool water only. Pat your face dry gently, do not rub. Apply your regular moisturizer immediately while your skin is still slightly damp. This seals in the hydration and the residual active compounds. Do this every evening for the first 2 weeks. Every single evening. Consistency matters enormously here. Fibroblasts need a steady daily signal to remain active. A single application once a week will not produce the same results as daily application. The skin rewards daily investment. After 2 weeks, you can reduce to every other evening for maintenance. Now let me give you the 3 combinations that multiply the effect. And this is where the protocol goes from beneficial to genuinely transformative. The first combination is potato plus plain yogurt, and the science here is important. Yogurt contains lactic acid at concentrations of approximately 4 to 6%. Lactic acid is an alpha-hydroxy acid, an AHA. It does 2 things that work in perfect synergy with the potato. First, it gently exfoliates the dead skin cells from the surface of your epidermis. Dead cells sitting on your skin create a barrier that blocks the catecholase and vitamin C from reaching the living cells beneath. Lactic acid removes that barrier. Second, and this is the part most people do not know, lactic acid has been shown in research published in the British Journal of Dermatology to directly stimulate collagen gene expression in fibroblasts. It activates the same cells through a complementary pathway. You are hitting the fibroblasts from 2 different angles simultaneously. Catecholase wakes them up through the MAP kinase pathway. Lactic acid activates them through the collagen gene expression pathway. The combined effect is measurably greater than either alone. To prepare, grate half a fresh potato using the fine side of a grater. Immediately mix 2 tablespoons of the resulting potato pulp with 1 tablespoon of plain, full-fat yogurt. Do not use flavored yogurt. Do not use low-fat yogurt. The active probiotic cultures in full-fat yogurt are part of the mechanism. Apply the mixture to your clean face using your fingertips. Leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. You will feel a very mild tingling from the lactic acid. This is normal and indicates the exfoliation is occurring. If the tingling becomes uncomfortable, rinse immediately. Rinse with cool water and moisturize. Use this combination 3 times per week, not daily. The lactic acid exfoliation needs recovery time. The second combination is potato plus raw honey plus a pinch of turmeric. And this is the combination I recommend most frequently to my patients because it addresses the inflammatory component of skin aging that most protocols ignore. Here is why each component matters. Raw honey is a natural humectant. It draws moisture from the air into your skin and holds it there. But more importantly, raw honey contains glucose oxidase, an enzyme that produces a very low, sustained release of hydrogen peroxide on the skin surface. At these extremely low concentrations, hydrogen peroxide acts as a gentle antimicrobial that supports your skin's microbiome while simultaneously stimulating a mild regenerative response in the epidermis. Turmeric contains curcumin, and curcumin is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory compounds ever identified in the scientific literature. Inflammation in aging skin, what scientists call inflammaging, is one of the primary drivers of collagen breakdown. Chronic low-grade inflammation activates enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, or MMPs, that literally digest collagen faster than your fibroblasts can produce it. Curcumin inhibits those MMP enzymes. Think of it this way. The potato is increasing collagen production. The honey is hydrating and supporting the skin barrier. The turmeric is blocking collagen destruction. You are doing all 3 things at once: building, protecting, and preserving. To prepare, grate half a potato as before. Mix 2 tablespoons of potato pulp with 1 teaspoon of raw, unprocessed honey and 1/8 of a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Be careful with the turmeric. Too much will temporarily stain your skin yellow. 1/8 of a teaspoon is enough for the anti-inflammatory benefit without visible staining. Apply the mixture to your face, avoiding the eyes. Leave it on for 15 minutes. Rinse with cool water and moisturize. Use this combination twice per week. I want to tell you about a patient I will call Eleanor. 76 years old, a retired nurse from Scottsdale, Arizona. Eleanor had significant sagging along her jawline and deep marionette lines, the lines that run from the corners of the mouth down toward the chin. She had been considering dermal fillers but was concerned about the cost, the maintenance, and the rare but real risk of vascular complications. We introduced the potato, honey, and turmeric combination into her evening routine, twice per week. She continued her normal skincare otherwise. At 6 weeks, Eleanor told me her skin felt thicker. Those were her exact words, thicker. Not puffy, not swollen, denser, more substantial. The papery quality that had been developing across her cheeks was diminishing. At 12 weeks, the marionette lines had softened visibly, not disappeared. They were still there, but softened. The jawline had regained some of its lost definition. Eleanor told me at that appointment that she had canceled her filler consultation. She said, "If a potato can do this in 3 months, I want to see what it can do in 6. Now let me give you the third and most powerful combination, and this is the one I promised you at the very beginning. The combination that most people would never think to put on their face, but whose collagen-stimulating effect is documented in published research. The combination is raw potato juice plus cold-pressed rosehip oil. Rosehip oil is extracted from the seeds of rose bushes, specifically Rosa canina, and it contains a compound that is almost uniquely suited to work with potato catecholase. That compound is trans-retinoic acid, a natural form of vitamin A. Trans-retinoic acid is the same active molecule that prescription retinoids use to stimulate collagen production, but the concentration in rosehip oil is much lower, which means it produces the collagen benefit without the redness, peeling, and irritation that make prescription retinoids so difficult for mature skin to tolerate. A study published in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology